when you're trying to go with the statistics on men approaching women, you're gonna realize that uh, the higher statistics, the higher rate is that women are rejecting men most of the time, and you're gonna realize that the fewer rates, the fewer statistics are when women are accepting men. See what I mean? That is why when you wanna approach women, you always have to expect them to reject you. That is what you gotta do. Because if you do not expect them to reject you, you always gotta end up disappointing, always and always. Because and when you know that women brain is always in a defensive mode, because she believed that a lot of niggas are approaching her, and she always on defensive mode. See what I mean? Because she don't know you. She believe maybe you may be a pervert or something. You may be a serial killer. You know, she's trying to protect you. You know, she's trying to protect herself. See what I mean? And by trying to protect herself, she may or may not be attracted to you, but the first impression that she's gonna get, she's gonna wanna reject you. See what I mean? And you have to accept that. You need to accept a woman to reject you, and you move on. See what I mean? But the problem with most of your guys, you believe that there is something wrong with you. You know, you are not good enough. You're not handsome enough. You don't dress well enough, and you are lying to yourself. See what I mean? You are killing your own self-esteem because of this specific one chick, or maybe she has some fat back there, maybe she got some pretty face, or maybe you see yourself in her, maybe you want to have kids with her, and then she rejected you, and then in your mind you maybe believe that she was the one, and then you feel kind of disappointing, and then you just feel like you're giving up approaching women. That is the most mistake that you should never do, to give up. But give up on approaching women just because she rejected you. See what I mean? See, that is why men who got game, they expect women to reject them, and for them it is normal to be rejected by women, because they know that it's part of the game. You know, there's nothing to worry about being rejected by one female, and then when you give up, you see another prettier female than the one that rejected you, and because you got discouraged by the previous one that rejected you, you're not gonna approach the female anymore, and not knowing that maybe this new one would have been the one that will love you the way you don't even expect to be loved. See what I mean? That's why as a man you always never give up. But approaching women, I'm not trying to say you need to chase. No, there is a difference between chasing women and approaching women. See what I mean? Chasing women is when she made it clear, she made it obvious that she don't want you, she don't want to give your number, she don't want nothing to do with you, and you keep on applying pressure like a bitch. That is all chasing means. And approaching is just simply just say hi to her and see how she responds. You know, sometimes you may just say hi to her and she don't even want to respond to you. So I mean, that is why you gotta love yourself more than you love these chicks, because when you get rejected by one female and you get discouraged, you know, you just feel like you want to give up all these women. You don't want to deal with them anymore. You don't want to approach them, because one thing is sure, women are never gonna approach you. So as a man, you should always be the one doing the approach. See what I mean? But one thing you gotta understand that there is a lot unlimited chicks in this world, unlimited female in this world. That's one thing you gotta put in your head. And you gotta understand that all the women think different. Their brain are never the same. That's why you always need to approach so that you realize that you're gaining more experience and you are being more experienced. See what I mean? That's why it's very important to not be discouraged when a female rejects you. No, you may be the most handsome motherfucker in the planet, just like me, and I get rejected too. See what I mean? And when I used to be rejected, I used to feel bad about myself when I used to be rejected. Like really be feeling bad about myself. I be starting doubting myself because I never understood how handsome I was, but I was just getting rejected more and more. And I see ugly as do, you know, more uglier than me are getting the chicks that I wanted. I used to being discouraged from these women. And then later on, I understood that, man, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Until you find the right one, you always need to keep approaching. Uh, when you keep approaching, you're gonna be gaining more experience. You know, and when you have more experience, you're gonna be unstoppable. In your brain, in your mind, and no female is gonna be manipulating you. That is why it's very important for a man to stand on your own business. You gotta stand on your own business, man. You don't need to be liked by a woman to be attracted to you. See what I mean? That's why when you approach a chick and you see she rejects you, just let her go. You don't need to try. Maybe you may need to try 2 or 3 times just to make sure that she really rejects you. See what I mean? Because these women are not stupid. They also sexual beings. They may see you uh, the way you approach them don't matter. See what I mean? As long as you just say hi to them and you see how they are responding, that is everything. When they are responding to you in a certain way that you feel they don't want to lose you, that is when they are attracted to you. See what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta understand that when she rejects you once, you just realize that she's not attracted to you. But you gotta make sure that you try even 2 to 3 times. See what I mean? Just give it a try 2 to 3 times, and if she keeps on ignoring you or she's not giving you the vibe that you wanted, just let her go and you talk to another girl on her face. See what I mean? And the way she's gonna feel, she's gonna feel crazy. She's gonna think about you. She's gonna realize how much you don't give a fuck about her. See what I mean? That is why when you're approaching a lot of women, you're gonna forget about a lot of women that rejected you. And that is some real shit that I'm telling you. See, that's why you gotta understand that there's nothing wrong with you when she rejects you. You know, sometimes women they approach men, and sometimes men they reject them. And women feel very bad. See what I mean? Men are used to getting rejected. So sometimes men get discouraged, and when you have that feeling of being discouraged, you're gonna need to tell your mind that that's her loss. You know, you just put it in your mind that it's her loss, not my loss. She fucked up the opportunity that I want to give her to fuck with me, but she fucked up the opportunity, so that's her loss. That is the only thing that you gotta put in your own mind. See what I mean? That's it for the video, guys, and I hope I see you in the next one.